Hi, my name is Stephen Chan and I'm from FundPlaces. Today I'm going to talk to you about Blockchain 101. The blockchain is one of the collection of technologies that makes up Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the world's first decentralized currency. Now, as a decentralized currency, that means that no one entity controls Bitcoin. The blockchain is one of the key technologies that enables this. The key idea behind the blockchain is that it is a database of transactions that contains all the transactions since the very start of the blockchain. Users can only add to the transactions, but they cannot erase the transactions. For each transaction to be valid, a user needs to sign the transaction using powerful cryptography. This is like the user authorizing the transaction. Now, all these valid transactions are scooped up by the miners and included into a block. When the block is formed, the block itself contains a reference to the very last block in the blockchain. That is how the blockchain is formed, block by block by block. When a transaction is included into a block, it is considered confirmed. The Bitcoin network is made up of a large number of computers connected to each other over the internet. Each computer on the network, or node as it is called, contains an entire copy of the blockchain. All blockchains have a consensus algorithm that allows them to reach an agreement. The consensus algorithm for Bitcoin is called proof of work. With proof of work, the Bitcoin network can process about 2 to 3 transactions per second. When you add more computers to the network, what you're doing is you're actually increasing the security of the network. However, you're not actually increasing the throughput of the network or the maximum number of transactions per second. Proof of work is computationally expensive, but it is needed because the Bitcoin network is totally open. Any Tom, Dick and Harry can basically connect to the network and read the entire blockchain. This is what we call a trustless network. Trusted blockchain networks, or as we call them, permission blockchain networks, do exist. What happens is you need to grant access to people to actually connect to the network. Let's say, for example, there is user A and user B. And for user A and user B to connect to the network, they actually need to be granted connect permission access. So they both connect to the network. What happens then? Let's say, for example, user A has the ability or the permission to create assets on the network, whereas user B actually only has send and receive permissions. This means that user A can create assets like, for example, 200 land tokens and send them to user B. User B, on the other hand, cannot create anything. What he can do is he can receive the assets given to him by user A and maybe send them on to a user C, but he can't create any new assets. And this is the essence of what we call a permission blockchain, where only certain users can do certain things at certain times. When you only have trusted parties doing things on the network, then a very interesting thing happens. You don't need to use proof of work anymore as a consensus algorithm. You can use a much simpler algorithm, and then what that means is you can increase the total number of transactions your network can process per second. FundPlaces uses a private permission blockchain which we only allow partners and investors to connect to. Now, this blockchain still gives all the blockchainy goodness that the public blockchains have. Like, for example, transactions which are still authorized, a complete auditable transaction history, and as well as disaster recovery. In addition, we have a couple of advantages. One, you have faster confirmations. Two, only authorized people are allowed to read the blockchain. And three, the blockchain is free to use. The public blockchains charge you for every single transaction that you conduct on Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's how we at FundPlaces can lower costs for you and allow you to invest in small amounts in awesome real estate projects. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope this has been a very informative video for you guys. Please like, share and subscribe, and become a member at fundplaces.com.